is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy, it's loud, it's hectic. We're in New York City, but I want you to listen to the No Holds Barred Network.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to episode number 23 of the All Elite podcast, right here on the No Holds Barred Network, your source for all AEW podcast content. I'm your host, as always, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, joined by my co-host, as always. She is the executive vice president of Giggles and the heartbreak chick, Tiffany, at Loves to Dream 82 on Twitter, and I'm at Real Kyle Masters. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the official review and results for Double or Nothing. Awesome pay-per-view last Saturday.
Oh my God.
Sorry for getting the review out to you guys late. Actually, the day after Double or Nothing, I was horribly sick. I don't know what I ate, but ended up in the toilet. So, yeah, that was that. That's why we couldn't get the review out Sunday, so we pushed it to today. Thank you guys for your patience, and thank you guys for your support for the last couple of days and waiting for this official review to get on the way. Hello to everyone in the live chat right here on youtube.com/NHBWR. As of today, we're officially at 750 TIFF. We are 250 away from changing that URL. We are almost there, guys. So share us. Get the name out there. We want to get to 1,000 so we can finally change that URL. And just to be at 1,000 subs, that'd be nice. So do share us to everybody, guys. Also, you're going to want to follow us on social media at All Elite Podcast, everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All on the screen for you guys there. On Twitter at All Elite Pod, on Instagram at All Elite Pod, and on Facebook at All Elite Podcast. And make sure you are hitting the subscribe button on YouTube with the little bell icon right next to it, as I put there on the screen for you guys, so you know and get notified when we upload an episode, and especially when we are going live. If you want to take us on the go, we are available on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Spreaker, and now Castbox, which is a new platform that I figured out we were on. I just stumbled across it, didn't even know we were on it, Tiff, but we are on it.
Hey,
so I threw the link down in the description for you guys. If you've heard of Castbox and been interested to use Castbox, we're on Castbox, and I'm officially working on us to get everywhere else, like Google Play Podcasts and iHeartRadio. The iHeartRadio app. So it's in the works. They're reviewing our podcast right now, and then once we get it out, it'll be available for everyone and everywhere.
Making moves and changing the world.
Exactly, changing the universe. Yeah. We have a t-shirt store, AEP Tees, presented by KayFabe Tees and wonderful people over there. whatforapparel.com/AEP. You got the AEP t-shirt, which is in my background right now, the MERP t-shirt, the Pissant Company t-shirt, and the unrelated All Elite Wrestling shirt, Fuck the Finest t-shirt, with a new shirt on the way, Fat Pharaoh. I've been really bad at trying to contact KayFabe Tees and trying to get the Fat Pharaoh t-shirt on the store, but I have to email them. I'm going to probably have Tiff remind me today to email them with that t-shirt. The Fat Pharaoh t-shirt is on the way, ladies and gentlemen, so don't you worry. KayFabe Tees also have their own t-shirt website, guys. Go check them out. There are some of the t-shirts on the screen for you guys if you're listening to us on the go. They have a bunch of cool looking t-shirts, like a Brett t-shirt, a merch sheep. If you're a merch sheep, you have the man inspired t-shirt, but it says the mark, and the full beer challenge t-shirt. So go check them out, guys. KayFabeTees.com. And as always, a message from their executive vice president. That's right. As always. I don't know what that translates to in Penguin, but
just go with it.
Hopefully it means something good.
Oh, Margaret said you have to work on the list of husbands.
Yes, the list of husbands t-shirt. I'll work on that maybe tonight at work, so we'll see.
I'm gonna keep like adding to it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be probably a Jericho list inspired one. So
oh Lord,
I'm gonna do my best to make a good one. But if you're new to the podcast, welcome. This is where myself and Tiffany go over everything in the All Elite Wrestling world. Especially today, this is our official review and results for the Double or Nothing pay-per-view that happened last Saturday. I was talking to Tiff before. I kind of want to do this in a different approach. I know a lot of people out there, and there's a lot of podcasts out there that stick to that same formula. You know what I mean? Like do match by match, break it down. You know what I mean? Like I like that. But not everyone likes that. Everyone, we kind of want to have fun with our reviews. So it's going to be all over the place. It's not going to be in any order. We're just going to talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. I have our results from our picks. Me and Tiff are against each other in a pick-em war starting now. So you might as well get that out of the way now. So here are the results for myself and Tiffany on the screen. If you guys are listening to us on the go, I will describe it to you. Not bad. We tied, which is not too bad. We both got the what's that?
I said I still think I won because
you're picking a different podcast. Okay, so Tiffany won with her picking a different podcast. Let's just clear that out of the way.
Wait,
I'm talking about our predictions.
I understand. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there, and then that's fine, and then I will end the conversation with it. But okay. I'm just saying that we did our prediction before the last Road to Double or Nothing. Mm-hmm. So we watched that after our podcast, and then the next day we went on Kenny's podcast and did some predictions. So I had changed
which is a Kenny for your thoughts for you guys don't know. So go check him out. Kenny for your thoughts. We were a special guest on their podcast last week. So thank you again, Kenny, for letting us do that. Guys, go check him out. Kenny for your podcast. Or Kenny for your thoughts. Kenny for your podcast. Oops. Botched. Wrong. Anyways, picks. We tied with the Battle Royal. We both got it wrong. I went with Michael Nakazawa. Tiffany went with Brandon Cutler. This is before the Double or Nothing video. We both went with Sammy G, which was interesting. I really thought he was going to pull through in that match. But Kip Sabian proved otherwise. That actually was a good match. We both picked SCU, definitely on top in the beginning there. That was good. Team Aja lost, so I got the Shida part right. I love Hikaru Shida. I fell in love even more this past Saturday. Oh my lord. This girl's my favy. She's my favy.
I couldn't even take any notes during that match. I was so into
fixated, yeah. Yo, Aja Kong is a beast. I was going nuts. Me and the people I had over, we were going nuts over this. Britt Baker, get baked. She pulls it off. You picked the best friends. You were a good pick there for you. I picked in Helico and Jack Evans. I don't know what the hell they were wearing, but
they were kind of like a onesies.
My one buddy was like, "Is that Kane without a mask?" Cody, we both picked Cody. That was a good match. We both were right on that one. I picked the Lucha Bros. You were right with that pick of the Young Bucks.
You liked my theory, though, right? You liked my theory, though, with the Young Bucks.
My last theory almost came true, but Jericho, with Jericho winning and him demanding an apology, but it went a different direction, which we'll get into later. So that's our picks. So we are we went for a tie there. So I'll put the standings right now on the screen. So they're the official AEP pick standings. So myself and Tiffany are tied for first. We each have 5 correct picks and 4 incorrect for a total of +1 in total points. So that's how the point system is going to go from now on with our pay-per-view picks. So we're tied at +1 right now.
I like it. I like it.
So this graphic will be updated after every pay-per-view. And who knows, maybe by this time next year, if I feel like it, and if Tiff feels like it, we invest in maybe we get a title belt for the title belt holder gets to keep it for the whole year until the next year.
They're rubbing some in each other's face.
Yep.
I am the champ.
Yep. And speaking of title belts, I'll put it on the screen now since we're talking about title belts. How about this beautiful AEW championship, which wasn't really clearly shown during the pay-per-view. I mean, there was a lot of lighting that was kind of blocking the title from getting a clear shot at it, and Brett really was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Brett's you know, he's old, he's not gonna be able to, I'm saying, like, you know, I mean, we never got like a clear shot at the title, so it was hard for him to see what camera was turned on and stuff. But then we got a better, clear version of it in the Being the Elite this week. So the right hand side of that picture on the screen there is the beautiful new title belt, and I love it. A lot of people were like hating on it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it was just the jealous WWE ass kissers that were jealous of a brand new looking title that actually looks better than their brand new title.
But that was like a championship belt.
Yeah, I do agree. It's IWGP inspired.
I was gonna say that.
Which I'm fine with because all those title belts I think look amazing. I'm in the select few that loves those looking title belts. It's huge for one. Yeah. So I'll go back to us here. It's huge for one. If you guys watched Being the Elite this week and you watched Matt throw it on. Nick throw it on. It was huge. Like it covers like most of your stomach. Like this thing's massive, and I like a title belt to be like that. It makes it, to me, it gives it more of an important feel to it, and it's it's your world title belt. It should be huge. It should be stylish. It should be something that you're gonna look to and be like, wow, he's the world champion, not some stupid belt. Looks like they ripped off Waffle House's sign and threw it on there and have a bunch of jobbers going for it. You know what I mean? So. This is amazing, or you paint the belt strap red. I wanted them to do a gag in Being the Elite this week where they pulled it out and it was like a gold belt strap and it was like the global universal AEW title or something like that. No. But they took enough shots this weekend.
Biggie, it's way better than wood-looking title belts. It's true though.
But since we're going around the All Elite Wrestling world, this is a cool picture you sent. If you guys watched the entrance of Chris Jericho, him and all his Jerichos, really young-looking crowd too. That was interesting when I looked at this picture. I'm like, damn, these guys look young, especially the guy that played the Lionheart Jericho. But you got him with the Lionheart Jericho, the List of Jericho, and the Light Bright Jericho. So that was a sick entrance. So.
It was really cool. Margaret, she's in the chat right now. Margaret and Brad know Damien. That's his name, correct? He's the one that was doing the List of Jericho. They know him personally. So
really?
Yeah. So like he messaged Brad during, and he was like, look out during the Jericho entrance. So it was pretty exciting. But I love this entrance. It was amazing. Like, oof. Especially the jacket.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was definitely a sweet entrance. Also from around the wrestling world, Dustin Rhodes is okay, but he's pretty banged up after that amazing match. And he tweets out, "I'm okay. God bless y'all. From my heart of hearts, the greatest night of my life at AEW Wrestling. #AEW Dawn." You can see that whole left eye is just sealed shut and that big gash on top of his head. He definitely laid it all on the line like I said he would. So this was definitely a awesome Dustin Rhodes match and not the end. So he's not officially retiring as far as we know, because you said there is a independent wrestling event coming up in Connecticut soon that you're trying to get tickets for. And you said Dustin's actually going to be there.
Yes, so. He's going to be there. But he's just doing a meet and greet.
Oh, okay, so he's not wrestling. Maybe he is done wrestling.
Well, maybe he is, and like it's not noted, but he's definitely...
Well, I mean, we know he's not officially done because he's going to be tagging with Cody Rhodes at Fight for the Fallen against the Young Bucks, which that's huge. Like, that's sick. Which gets me thinking, so I'm assuming they said before that Double or Nothing is going to start the storylines for AEW. I'm assuming because Fight for the Fallen is a charity event...
Right.
There won't be a lot of storylines that carry over into that event because that doesn't make sense for. I mean, Cody and if they're doing an angle with Cody and Dustin going forward, this would make sense in this kind of approach. It just doesn't make sense. The Young Bucks are playing into this. Kind of feel like they're just doing it because it's a charity event. And you want to put up a good match. How about the Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks? Like it's a fancy match that people want to see.
I love that they can go and face each other, like brother and brother versus brother and brother. I love seeing matches like this and that they can get in the ring and wrestle with each other. It's just...
Actually, I think the storylines do carry on the Fight for the Fallen. I am mistaken with that because the championship match is going to be at Fight for the Fallen, the first ever one, Jericho versus Hangman Page. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good match. And just for the rest of the card to surely get released over the next couple of weeks, because Fight for the Fallen, if I'm not mistaken, is coming up at the end of June. I still have the graphic here.
Fight for the Fallen is July 13th.
July 13th, so
right.
A month and a half away. So yeah, I'm sure we're gonna slowly get some match announcements over the next couple of weeks. Maybe something that stems from the SEO event, fighter, or what's that?
The
one?
CEO, the
CEO
fighter.
Yeah, Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest.
Yeah.
That's June 29th.
Yeah.
And
so
then they told each.
Something from there is probably going to stem into Fight for the Fallen. I'm assuming. That's cool that Darby and Cody are going at each other. That'll be cool.
I'm looking forward to that match, but I really think the championship match is going to be at All Out.
You think so?
I think so.
Because I thought someone mentioned it briefly on the pay-per-view on Saturday. I thought I caught it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again because I rewatched it last night. That someone said that they said the championship will be defended the next pay-per-view.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna be
if they're even counting Fight for the Fallen as a pay-per-view. Maybe they're not, and the next official pay-per-view is All Out. But to me, it seems like Fight for the Fallen is an official pay-per-view.
But I would think that you would want to do something big for All Out.
Yeah. I loved. Everyone's like, oh, look at the commercial. The stars. CM Punk return confirmed. I'm like, have you guys never looked at the Chicago flag? It's got the stars in it. That's why CM Punk wore those stars. He's from Chicago.
Darren in the chat said, I heard it was for Fight for the Falling.
Oh.
The championship match. Okay. So.
Let's do it. Anyways. That's it for all around the wrestling world. How about before we do the review, we quickly touch base on being the elite this week.
All right. Let's do that.
So yeah, being the elite this week, interesting episode, mostly focused on the behind the scenes stuff with Double or Nothing. There was some of the regular being the elite stuff slipped into it, like the regular comedy of it. But mostly it was a lot of behind the scenes stuff, which was really cool, especially with John Moxley. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Right at the beginning, we saw him, the behind the scene angle of him waiting to go walk down the crowd. And I'm just sitting there going like, can you imagine being like a fan just going by and go,
well, it's funny that you say that, okay? Because Anthony from Smart to Death passed him and his jaw dropped. Yes, he told this story on his podcast yesterday that his jaw dropped and that they told him like be quiet because like it was supposed to be a surprise.
I wouldn't be able to say anything. I would be like, I'd be miming and be like, I wouldn't be able to know what to say. I just would be in shock. I think every like hardcore fan would be in shock at that point. Like, you wouldn't be able to scream. Only the casual idiot would be like, oh my god, it's Dean Ambrose, and would scream it.
You wouldn't do that?
But like people like us, our jaw drops and that's the end of it. Bye voice. But yeah, so that was pretty cool at the beginning. We also got your boy Flip was in there this week. Pulling out. Cool. That was funny. Him wearing a mask and tricking everybody, tricking Cody and Hangman.
But that's from All In. That when he came into the Battle Royale at the end.
Mm-hmm. Because Hangman was like, man, you should go out in the casino Battle Royale with this.
I thought that was, and it's so cool to see that he's still like supporting them, even though like he's still in Ring of Honor. And then I was thinking about that. I was like, But that he's like in being the elite episode. That
was cool. Other stuff that happened, we had like just the whole like time lapse video of them building the stage. We had the Young Bucks. Was it Nick? Or was it Matt that was walking from behind the stage to see the set for the first time? And he's like, "Oh, those tunnels are cool." And that's why I was waiting for him to mention something about TNA, because I instantly thought TNA when I seen those tunnels. Obviously, the old-ass Impact Zone with the 2 tunnels, right? They even had the same camera on the weekend from the inside behind. That's Impact style right there. That was taking a lot from Impact right there. I didn't mind. A lot of people were like shitting on it. I'm like, why can't can we just have nice things?
Can we just have nice things, okay,
just
guys?
Let them do it. Impact doesn't do it anymore. They don't have a tunnel. But anyways, what else happened? There was a little bit of an SCU thing with the shorts that Scorpio wore from All In.
Gonna give it to Frankie.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got brand new gear. I'm not wearing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then what did he say? Scorpio said, "Make sure you wash that before you give it back."
And he threw it on Christopher Daniels' face.
He goes, "You owe me a favor." That was funny. Oh, I love the little part also with Matt's son Zachary in the beginning.
Where he gave him a DDT.
Yes.
And then Earl Hebner pinned. Yeah, that was cute.
He always do that. He always shows clips on Instagram of them like wrestling and stuff. Yeah. So it's his first time in the ring with his all his little 80 dolls and stuff. That was really cute moment.
That's a pretty hard spot, man. Like he took it like a champ, that DDT. Like and then Earl Hebner pinning was cute too. That was awesome. But yeah.
We saw the clip with MJF being thrown out of the panel.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm gonna see it Friday.
You see Jerry for a quick second there.
Yes.
And he's right next to him.
Oh my God. It was too funny.
Yeah, that was great. MJF is priceless. I even watched his he was a guest host on Taz's podcast at StarCast.
Mm-hmm.
They did like a live podcast there, and I listened to it. Really good. The guy, and like it was half serious, and he was still half in character, which was great. And like Taz loves the guy. Like Taz loves what he's about. Like MJF is money. Like if it wasn't already apparent enough, what he's done over the weekend has just escalated him into another level for All Elite Wrestling. This guy is going to be basically the Miz of All Elite Wrestling for dumbest terms here.
I feel like he's better.
Or better. Like he's I mean, he's going to be his own thing, but he's going to be that huge. Like he's going to be that perfect heel to, you know, he's not going to be good as a baby face. Everyone's going to love him as a heel more, and he's going to play the heel character better. And they're going over that in Taz's pods. They're like, heels are the ones that make the money. It's not the baby faces. It's the heels that make the money. So
I had said this in previous podcasts that we done that I love MJF, and I've been following him for years. So he's definitely one of my faves. And I love how he stays in character no matter what. I don't know if you saw the video on Twitter today that he came out and then a little kid touched him and then he started screaming at the kid.
Oh my God, no.
Grabbed the kid and picked him up. And he was like, this kid will learn not to disrespect and touch me. Like, wow. I love him in character. So I will see him Friday, so I'm hoping to get some video that he tells me to go fuck myself or something, because
that's great.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, there was that in the video. Also, something happened at the end which I don't remember. What was the big thing that happened at the end?
Wait, we got Michael Nakazawa.
Oh, the Nakazawa spot. So the guy he's facing at the
JPLE.
Yeah, at Fyter Fest, he's like, oh yeah, good luck in the Battle Royal, and then he's walking away, and then he sprays the baby oil on the ground. Oh my God, that was the worst slip and fall I've ever seen in my entire life. Like you can see him looking at the ground the whole time, like going through how he's gonna fall in his head, and then he does it. I'm like, oh, that's so bad. But Nakazawa's the best. He goes over and goes, Michael. Nakazawa.
You're a big Michael Nakazawa fan.
I love this
and
guy.
Actually, I should have sent you the picture. You could have put it in there that Jimmy purposely went to go meet Michael Nakazawa for us. Bastard.
He did meet our boy Fat Masa.
Yes, yeah. I love how I got everybody doing the Young Buck pose. I just randomly do it now, and I take pictures for
He was also being the Elite in the beginning. They it was at the press conference. They're like, okay, they're gonna announce us. That Cody's like, gonna announce us and the Young Bucks, and you're gonna go out first and start waving. Yes. And he goes out there to the Young Bucks theme.
So everybody just went nuts. I go nuts for him. Like he's awesome.
So that was cool.
And then let's see, how did it? We had ending that they showed Moxley coming out of backstage, watching the pop. Mm-hmm. Matt being like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Like,
and then the ending. I remember now. It was Moxley's in his dressing room, and Joey
Janela
comes in, starts lit a cigarette. He's just smoking in his face and nodding, and then Moxley takes it, smokes it, and then flicks it away and walks away. And Joey looks pissed.
They're promoting a lot of smoking, I'm just saying, and being the Elite. I'm just saying.
So, yeah, that was being the Elite. Really quick. It was cool. back to normal next week for Being Elite. I'm curious to see how they go from here and build towards Fighter Fest and Fight for the Fallen. I'm excited. This was the big first step. The wrestling world did definitely change, like I said it would on Saturday. You just look at it on Twitter. It's a completely different world right now. Like we are living in a different world than we did before Saturday. So, in saying that, might as well get underway here. The official Double or Nothing review and results. That's right. I'm playing the theme, Tiff. Can't hear it, but I love this theme. See, this was my ringtone at first, but then I switched it to Cody Rhodes' theme because I'm obsessed with this theme now. But guys, Double or Nothing, the official review. Again, like I said before earlier in the show, myself and Tiff are going to take this into a different approach, more of a fun way of doing this instead of the boring old same.
Let's go all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, can I make one statement before we go into all of this? Okay. This pay-per-view was so good.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was one of those things that you would not get up from your seat and go to the bathroom and try to miss any matches because it was just that good.
I missed a tiny part of the women's match because my dog really had to go to the washroom, so I had to go upstairs and let her out. And I mean, it took 2 or 3 minutes, but I missed a good chunk. And I missed the ending. I missed how Britt Baker won. I walked downstairs and I had to catch it on the replay. So
well, that's okay.
I missed the ending of the match. Yeah.
But the ending with Moxley, let me tell you, I think because I really did believe Kenny Omega was gonna win, right? And I know and of course me and Kyle were messaging during this, and Kyle picked Jericho. The whole pay-per-view just overwhelmed me so much. I totally forgot the rumor of Moxley.
Yeah, that he didn't.
So I popped so freaking hard. I'm sorry. I'm glad I didn't wake up.
I think that's why everyone did there. I think that's why everyone in the arena popped that hard.
Yes.
A, it's Moxley, and B, people. I think a lot of people forgot. Okay, it's the end of the show. We're not gonna get Moxley, and then all of a sudden he walks through the crowd. I knew something was up when Jericho grabbed the mic. I was mostly thinking about my prediction. I'm like, oh my god, my prediction's actually gonna come true. They're gonna do this spot that I actually predicted. I was just waiting for Cody and Young Bucks to come out. I wasn't expecting Moxley. I was fixated on waiting to hear either the Young Bucks or the Cody Rhodes get on the mic. I'm like, oh my god, okay, so come on, let's let my prediction come true. Let him get fired. And he's talking, and all of a sudden the crowd starts popping. I'm like, what is Cody coming out of the entrance ramp or something? And then I look up in the crowd, everyone's looking back, and I'm like, oh, someone's coming through. And Scott Hall style, Dean Ambrose coming through. Oh my god, they did this on purpose. They had to have done this on purpose, just like Scott Hall in WCW, because when Scott Hall showed up in WCW, that was a big thing. That was huge, and people at that time, people were like, oh my god, this guy's in WWE. What the hell is he doing here? People at this time, is a little bit different now because people thought that, okay, he's definitely not leaving WWE. People were thinking that video he releases WWE production, and that he left WWE on such good terms that he would never go to AEW, and then he shows up, and then everyone's like, holy shit, he actually did it. And then the biggest thing was after that was officially announced that he signed a multi-year deal with the company. And I'm like, oh my god, that's even worse. Not worse in a bad way, worse in a good way, as in he actually did a thing where people are afraid to do with WWE, leave on good terms and literally betray them in the same instant. Because joining AEW is a betrayal, whether you want to see it or not. If you leave the WWE and you tell them that you're going to go do focus on your movie career, which is what he did. He told WWE he's going to be focusing on his movie career and, stuff he wants to do. He never told him he was going to AEW. If you lose that literally a month and a half or 2 months, at whatever it was, from his they did that whole network Last Shield reunion kind of thing, you know what I mean, at the live event. If you're doing that, then he goes literally to AEW a couple months later. That's a big shot to WWE. And we saw, obviously, with this here. I'll put it up on the screen for you guys if you guys want to know what I'm talking about. Actually, did I crop that picture? And if you guys already know what I'm talking about. The picture that's literally circulating Twitter right now like crazy. It's being posted literally everywhere. I did not crop it, but I don't even have to for you guys. You guys know what I'm talking about. The Cody Rhodes and John Moxley in the locker room giving the middle of flipping the bird at the camera. and it's basically a big FU to the WWE. And that picture, I'm telling you, Tiff, it's hilarious because that picture, every WWE post on Twitter, that picture gets posted like a million times in the comment section. But yeah, like him showing up was just, me and the people I had over were going nuts, going, oh my God, it's actually happening. He gets in the ring, DDT's Jericho. The ref comes in, he's just doing his whole Moxley craziness thing. He DDT's the ref, and then finally Kenny gets up and he DDT's Kenny. Like, I truly believe it's like what people were saying on Twitter. This guy has the opportunity to be AEW Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's got the pop behind him. He's got the crowd behind him. And he's got some of the antics that kind of follow with Stone Cold. And he's just like an ultimate badass that takes no name. Like, he just, he basically personifies the Stone Cold Steve Austin character without actually being Stone Cold. He's still being his old John Moxley self. So this guy screams money. No wonder they signed him to a multi-year deal. He is going to be, I'm going to say he's probably going to be AEW's Stone Cold Steve Austin in that aspect. So I'm excited.
I can't imagine the matches we're going to get with him.
Well, look what happened right after the main event. We had Kenny and Dean Ambrose brawling all over the arena, and Moxley giving that DDT on the big chips and then suplexing him off it.
With the chips.
God, that was nuts. So the first program is going to be Moxley versus Kenny. Like, wow. Like, take my freaking money.
I haven't been so stoked. And like willing to give all my money. Like, yes, take my money. Let me buy this shirt.
Yeah.
Let me. I can't. Like, oof.
The one thing I do have a little bit of a negative for that whole main event. The match wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It was good, but it wasn't. I was expecting
a little bit more.
Wrestle Kingdom level. I mean, it was okay. I was expecting a little bit more, but we definitely got the big, huge surprise after that made up for it. But the match itself was okay. I didn't think it was great. It was okay. I love the entrances out of both of them. Jericho's highlighted career entrance. I don't know how they got away with that even. His highlighted entrance to what he is now, and you saw like his piece of his jacket and stuff. His jacket incorporated everything, like incorporated all of his past gimmicks into his one attire that he wore. It was all over his jacket. If you look closely at his jacket, he had pieces all over from his entire like history. So Jericho's entrance is cool. I love Kenny Omega's new theme. We finally got to hear it. I agree with some people. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but it fits Kenny Omega. It's so him. If you guys remember his old Mega Man theme, this one fits him perfectly. So I thought it was cool. His attire, I can't.
I love his attire.
His attire was cool, but I can't. It was something to do. It was so him again. It had to do with some character from some game or something. I know someone's probably gonna point out in the chat, or someone's later gonna point it out. Yeah, let me know. But I know it was from a really someone. I think What Culture brought it up, and they found it out. But it was really cool. That was a really cool attire as well. So main event, it was good, not great. The whole big surprise was even better though. I think.
So I got a question. So what do you think about this? With Moxley also going to New Japan, and that they officially announced that next week on June 5th that Moxley's going to face Juice for the IWGP.
That's huge. He's not signed over there. This is AEW allowing him to fulfill his dates throughout the summer that he already signed up for. That's why AEW is being this great company saying, okay, we'll sign you a multi-year deal, but until a TV contract, we'll allow you to do all your promised dates, and then you'll come back to us. They're doing that with Kenny too. Kenny's wrestling for New Japan or another company in the summer too. I forget where. Someone mentioned it on Twitter. Like, he's also in that field, I guess. But that's huge. Him facing Juice Robinson. Oh my God, that's another huge match already. And then I've seen a bunch of the indie shows he's at. Like, he's facing off the one near you in Connecticut. He's
Darby.
He's facing Darby. Like, there's another big match.
He's gonna be. I got tickets for the one in New York in Poughkeepsie. There wasn't a match set for that, but I think he's just doing a meet and greet.
And then he is. So he's facing Darby at that event. He's facing Juice Robinson in New Japan. And I thought I saw another match that he's facing off against someone. I don't know, but I want to see him face Jimmy Havoc eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see those guys go out in a hardcore everything match. Like old school Moxley hardcore match. I think it's going to be insane. Especially now that we know as we've seen in the next match we're going to talk about, blood is a thing in AEW. Getting TV 14, we're going to get that edgier television that everyone loves.
He's facing Pentagon Jr. How did I forget that?
Pentagon. Yeah, Pentagon and Moxley. Like, oh my God. Like,
make my money. Oh, they did already. Wait.
Yes. And that's, what's cool too about the stream, if you did purchase it, I don't know if it was on other providers, but if you did purchase Double or Nothing through Fight TV, you would get unlimited rewatches until July 9th. Unlimited rewatches. Yeah.
Okay, back over.
Like, I just give you my password and you rewatch it whenever you want. Like, it's
nice, give me.
Yeah, like it's insane. Like, I can't believe like I didn't know that was a thing on Fight TV. So we get unlimited replays of it, and I'll be watching it more than one. I've already watched it twice, so it's awesome.
Oh, Jericho's facing Okada on June 9th.
Yes, for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's also going to be in a huge match, so I'm going to have to catch that replay because I know the Japan time to our time doesn't really match up. For me, it doesn't match up that well. And I don't subscribe to the 999 yen New Japan World.
I think we're gonna do a trade-off. You're going to give me your Fight password. I'm going to give you my New Japan password. There
you subscribe to that?
Yes,
I
do.
Awesome.
Yes. Swap.
So yeah, we might have to do a swap so I can watch it after. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so we'll move on to Cody and Dustin. Like we said in the predictions, it was gonna be emotional at one point, and it got very emotional at the end. Tearjerker for sure. Oh my God, like my eye, I could feel my tear ducts like building up at that spot at the end, and like you could hear it in Cody's voice too. Like it was just like, oh, this is not fair, Cody. Why do you do this?
You didn't talk about like the beginning when Cody came out.
I was just saying like that spot. Yeah. So the big thing here, and we might as well get this underway. The whole thing with Cody's entrance. At first, it sounded like it was like a Goldust inspired theme. Like before he even came out, that song I was playing, I'm like, oh, this is like a Goldust-esque theme. This is interesting. But then when they raised that chandelier thing, it was a throne. I'm like, okay, well, what's the throne mean? Is he gonna come out on a throne? Is this Goldust's throne? Then you look closer, and then my friend yelled it out right away. Like, oh, Triple H, and I'm like, oh my God, it is Triple H's logo. It's this kind of like his kind of throne. And then Cody comes out, and he's dressed as Napoleon, which is another fucking huge thing. I'm like, oh man, this just shows you it's war. It's war. Why would he come out as Napoleon if this wasn't war? Brandy looking fine as all hell. So he kind of just stares at the throne when he comes out, and he walks away. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I thought he was going to spit on it or something. He makes his way down, and then Brandy's going underneath the ring. I'm like, where the hell is she going? She pulls out a giant sledgehammer. I'm like, oh, I think at that point everyone's like, oh my God, this is a shot. This is a shot. And then Cody grabs it. His music stops. That was big too. Like the whole production of this thing was amazing. So he goes up to the top of the ramp, and the crowd's going like, holy shit, holy shit. And then Cody turns around and looks at them, turns back, and then smashes the throne. The throne gets destroyed. This meant so much than just one thing. It was so symbolic.
Yeah.
That it meant more than just him taking a shot at the WWE. This was him taking a shot at Triple H with the Pissant Company. This was him taking a shot at he's breaking the chains off being controlled by a higher up.
Killing the Attitude Era.
And killing the Attitude Era, because Triple H is part of that Attitude Era. Like, this was so symbolic and meant a lot of things. This was insane. And
did you see the meme that went around that it said the sledgehammer is all elite?
Yeah. So one thing is, you're gonna love this, Tiff. This was very much loved by my very own former co-host of the network, Brandon. Cooper Cappy. He absolutely loved the whole paper. He's there watching. He's there. He was just there watching to see what the hype was all about. He is now, I'd say, about 80%. Oh, you're listening, Brandon. You're about 80% on the AEW train. So he he was very impressed about what they did. And he's a big WWE guy, if you guys don't know, and he was very, very impressed on what Double or Nothing did this weekend. And he's becoming more sick and tired of what they're doing on WWE TV. I mean, it's not for everybody, and he's, it's tough because what WWE does on TV is, again, it's not for everyone, but there's some people that still like it. Whatever, you can like it if you want. That's your opinion. To our opinion, I mean, we think it sucks and we don't like it, and it's garbage, it's trash, we don't like it. That's our opinion. We're allowed to have our own opinions. I hate the fact that wrestling Twitter is so cancerous and people are not allowed to have their own opinions on things. It's like one opinion has to be right and one opinion has to be wrong. It does no. We can have our opinion about something. I'm not like you can have your opinion about something. You can sit there and shit on AEW if you want. I don't care. I'm gonna sit here and shit on WWE. You shouldn't care either. It's two-way street. Anyways, Goldust entrance was interesting too. I was waiting to see how he's going to come out. He came out in the full red dust suit and half face painted, which is kind of like sort of what I predicted. But I mean, a lot of people would have predicted it. It was in the goddamn poster. It was a good match, really good match. It is very, very.
It's a lot better than I thought it was. Yeah.
Dustin can still go. Obviously, we had the whole blade job by Dustin Rhodes. Definitely. And a lot of people, I'm just going to tell you right now, it was a blade job. I've watched it twice already. If you guys watch it again, when his head first hit the turnbuckle, there was like 0 blood. And he wasn't bleeding for a good 2 or 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden he rolled out of the ring. What do you think he was doing underneath the apron?
Of course.
But it's not like that's like a bad thing. That's what they used to do all the time. And that's what they're bringing into AEW. People miss the blood all the time. And God, did he bleed. Did he ever bleed?
In a gusher.
He went from half gold dust face to full red dust faced. Like he was just. That was like I'm like. I was to my buddy. I'm like, oh my god! So he's now the full. He didn't have to paint. It's like he knew half his face was gonna be red anyways. But yeah, he was leaking like a faucet at one point. But that aside, really, really good match. Cody ends up winning, and we get the whole emotional thing at the end. Like saying what was symbolic was what people didn't catch at first, and I didn't catch at first until after, where Dustin was actually in the middle of the ring starting to take off his boot, which is a symbolism of him putting his, taking off his boot and ending his career. If you see, Cody seen that and jumped in the ring really fast right away to stop him from doing that, and like Dustin got scared and backed up into the corner, and then Cody's like, "You don't get to retire here." He's like, when I started this company with Kenny, the Bucks, blah 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 blah, I put my name on a sheet for Fight for the Fallen, and it was me and an opponent of my choosing versus the greatest tag team in the world that he thinks is the Young Bucks. And he's like, you know who I put next to that name? Or no, he says,
my brother.
He's like, I don't need a friend, I don't need a partner, Dustin. Yeah. I don't need a friend. And this is where he gets really choked up, and you can see the quiver in his mouth. Like, this is real, guys. This is not. I really don't think this was like him storytelling, even though it's part of the storytelling of the match. This was real emotion. He's like, I need my older brother, and he just he threw the mic down so hard, and you could see he started to break down, and they embraced, and it was just a huge emotional moment. Our girl Amy got caught on camera there. Which we are going to try to get her as a guest on the podcast soon. Yes. It was just I felt the same way, Amy. Like that was just such a
Tiffany, only Tiffany. She was in the front.
Only Tiffany was in the front row.
Yeah, back too. You can comment about when Brandy was interfering a little bit with the match when she spit the water at him and speared Dustin, and then Earl threw her out, and she's fighting and then DDP comes out and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he lifts her over and takes her out. So I'm glad also that it wasn't that much interference in the match. It was just like a little bit, and then she was out because you really wanted to embrace the brothers in this match.
It was good. It was a really, really good match. Better than we thought it was going to be for in-ring technique-wise. But yeah, it was good. Another really good match, speaking of in-ring technique, was the tag team match with the Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Oh, my God, was this a good match. Oh, my God.
I didn't take any notes for this match. I got all into this match.
Sweet match with the Bucks. With their whole entrance with the money, then it was Young Bucks money,
The Elvis outfits.
The Elvis outfits. This match was sick. Like that. Like there were so many cool spots in this match. The double Canadian Destroyer. Even Petey Williams was tweeting about it after, saying the move 20 years later is still alive. That was an insane spot. Like that. Everyone in my room jumped out of their seat at that spot. Like the Canadian Destroyer in the outside apron, and then right to Phoenix right after. Like Young Bucks, man, they had no rust. I thought there's gonna be some rust. This was a really good match by both teams. I honestly thought the Lucha Bros would finally win the titles back. Wasn't the case. The Young Bucks won with the Meltzer driver, and I think we saw the new move at one point. I was wondering if it was the one
Rain
spot
Buster?
in the bottom right. No, I think that was an homage to El Generico. That was unless that was a spot that they were talking about.
I like how
I thought it was a tag team spot, a new tag team spot. I thought that was the one in the bottom right corner where it was Nick that did or Matt that did the neck breaker off the jumped in the air and grabbed the guy's head and did a neck breaker. I don't know, but him paying homage to El Generico was cool. The whole turnbuckle spot, if you guys don't know, El Generico used to do that a lot. It was the whole brainbuster on top of the turnbuckle. From the angle we got on pay-per-view, we couldn't really tell. I saw a different angle from a guy taping it in the crowd. Look much better from that angle. Really, really cool. I think actually Matt retweeted the video as well, so you guys can go look on his Twitter account for that video.
I like how they played a little bit of like the ring rust.
Yeah.
You notice that, like that Matt and them were like, oh, like little
in
ring
the
rust.
beginning, yeah.
I kind of like that. It started off a little slow, but then like it just.
Yeah. And I absolutely love the intensity of the Lucha Bros. Like even Pentagon, he's such a in-your-face attitude guy, like going right to Matt's face and going Zero, Nero, like right in his face and pushing it, like that he's over as hell. Pentagon Jr. My God, he got the whole crowd saying that. Like that was insane. Like even as soon as the bell started, people were chanting for the Lucha Bros. Like it was nuts. But
like how they did older brother versus older brother, and then younger brother versus younger brother. I like that. It just was such a great story in this match.
Oh, that's right, Margaret. That was the Motor City Machine Guns nod. That's right. You were right. Someone did point that out. Other way. Anyways, this match amazing. This is probably the best wrestling match of the night. 100%. Very, very enjoyed it, and it just brought you that love for tag team wrestling. Just goes to show you what this is basically the showcase match to show you how AEW is going to focus on tag team wrestling. All the tag team matches tonight were good. Yeah. So we'll just quickly talk about the other ones, like really quickly. We had Angelico and Jack Evans against the Best Friends. It was a decent match. I love it was more antic than anything else. I don't know what the hell they were wearing. That threw me off so much throughout the entire match. It was way too bright green. I don't know who the stylist behind that was, but what the hell? I was impressed by Jack Evans and Angelico though. I was very impressed by their wrestling. I could tell throughout the match. I'm like, okay, Best Friends are winning this. I picked wrong. I could just tell. And the Best Friends, the whole antic with the hug and the whole Okada camera.
Guys.
Yeah, and then Okada tweeted his respect to it. But it was good. It was a decent match, and Best Friends went over that one.
And the Smash Brothers came out.
That's right. The Smash Brothers come out. That was huge. A lot of people didn't know who it was. Even the crowd's going, "Who are you? Who are you?" That's what I was like. I'm like, who are these guys? I was like trying to figure it out. I'm like, why did
You're like, who's that?
Yeah, because the
Brian and Margaret are so knowledgeable when I go to their house, and I'm like,
the one looked familiar though. It was because the one looked familiar. I'm like, where have I seen this guy before? And I remember the phone picture from Being the Elite. I think that's probably where I seen it. But the Super Smash Bros making an impact with all their minions, so that's good. That's going to be good for television eventually. I think they're going to keep showing up at all these pay-per-views and beating up on a tag team, so that's huge. That's pretty good. So the other tag team match did the women's one, the Aja Kong, Team Aja, and I guess Team Shida. That was a really good match. Interesting attires a lot in that match. We had one girl paying homage to Freddie Mercury. The Aladdin-looking girl was actually paying homage to Aladdin. I found that out after that was what her thing was. I thought that was her gimmick, that she was paying homage to the movie Aladdin. Aja Kong being Aja Kong. She's a beast throughout this entire match. And then we had Team Shida, who was actually pretty good. It was a good match. It was a good showcase. just showed, basically it was centered around how much of a beast Aja Kong was. Like, it was insane. Even the one spot where I'm like, how did this girl suplex Aja Kong? Like, how is that even possible? This girl's huge. And I thought, like, maybe she gained weight over the years. I looked back at what she looked like in the 90s when she was in WWF. Literally looks the same. I was like, oh, she doesn't age at all. But it was a decent match. I didn't mind it.
Really good. Fun fact, Kenny Omega handpicked each person for this match.
And she does she does the one that's officially signed out of all 6 of them. She's actually all elite. So that's huge. I can't wait for her. She's going back to finish her off her career in Japan up until the tapings. That's what I found out and what she tweeted about, kind of. So I'm excited for her. She's probably gonna be one of my favorites. I'm telling you right now. She does insane. I love her. So I mean, she didn't get really that much of a showcase in this match. I wish she had of, but I think they're mostly focusing around Aja Kong. Other than that, the other women's match was a bit of a surprise. It was originally supposed to be a triple threat, and all of a sudden, Brandy comes out and she's in she's in ring gear, and me and the other people I was sitting with going, oh my god, so Brandy's actually gonna wrestle, because we've seen her train and being the elite. Right. I'm like, okay, maybe we're finally gonna see Brandy wrestle, and nope.
I wasn't happy about that, to be honest with it. I'm sure a lot of other people. I'm like, why? Like, why is she entering this match?
I'm just glad she didn't win. If she had came in and win, then I probably would have had a problem with it.
No, I just was like, no. I was like, but I like how, I guess I want to say troll. Like, they made you believe that, and then they take it away from you. Like, no,
the song started. And I'm like, I'm listening, going, oh, what the hell is this? And then you see Aja Kong. You see Karma. Even Karma's not the right name. Awesome Kong. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, me and the people I was watching were popping. We're like, oh my god. Like, we haven't seen this girl in a long time. And I popped. That was awesome. That was a cool moment. And she gets in the match. It becomes a fatal 4-way match. So that was pretty cool. It was good. It was a decent match. I don't think it lived up to the fatal 4-way last year. I think that one All In was still better. But this was a good match for what it was worth. We had a good showing. I think Kylie Rae had the best showing out of all 4 of them. I think she's definitely proved herself in this match to be a crowd favorite, and I just love her gimmick. You know what's funny, and I was laughing at the most, was when Awesome Kong came out, was making her entrance, and they keep panning to the ring, and you see Britt Baker worried, you see Nyla Rose worried, and you look at Kylie, she's like, hi, and she's like waving and smiling at Awesome Kong. I'm like, she does this gimmick perfect, like to a T. I thought she was waving at Awesome Kong.
No, she was waving at Brandy.
Either way, she didn't seem upset at all. She's laughing. So, and I love that she lives and breathes this character. It's awesome. It's amazing. Kylie Rae is definitely one of my favorites as well, obviously, because I'm a huge Bayley fan. She kind of is the Bayley persona in a way, but more, like, I guess, giddier. So she's cool, and I think she had a good showing. But Britt Baker, obviously, coming up on top here. She's definitely going to be a serious female in this division going forward. She's going to be a serious player, so it's good for her to get the win in this case.
I loved her attire, by the way, like when she came out.
Her dentist attire, oh my god, we love that too. We were popping for that. That was nuts. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And her theme song's called Novocaine. Like, just take my money. Another match that happened at the
SCU.
Okay, so we'll start. Yeah, that's the last of the main card. SCU and the Strong Hearts. Strong Hearts, impressed with Shima, because I never got to see him wrestle yet. I loved what he was about. I love T-Hawk. T-Hawk was my favorite in this whole thing.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. I'm 100% with you with this. Love him.
Every time El Lindemann got in a match, I was laughing. This guy was fucking hilarious. Like, he's wearing nothing but trunks and boots. That's it. And he was just hilarious in this match. I don't know. I just kept laughing at this guy. But T-Hawk was my favorite. His chops were insane. Oh my god, this guy's got like the hardest chops in the game. Wow. You could hear them from like another arena over. He was very impressive. SCU is SCU, obviously. We know what they're all about. I love that they started off the pay-per-view like it predicted. They got the crowd into it with their promo. And then they ended up going over, which is interesting because I did pick the Strong Hearts to go over, but SCU going over is also interesting. But I thought it was a good match. It was a good showing.
To showcase them, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm pumped. Like,
yeah, I think SCU did a good job of putting them over throughout the match, but then finally going over at the end. So this was really good for what we got. Interesting pre-show note. We thought that the battle royal would go on second. I actually went on first, and I had to text corporate kind of like, you got to get over here right now because Sean Spears is going to be in this, and it's starting right now. So, so we'll talk about the battle royal.
I popped so freaking hard before this pay-per-view when they announced Orange Cassidy. Yeah. I called this in the prediction show. Yeah. I was so excited. I went nuts in my apartment.
How about his spot? Oh my God, his spot was great. So we got everyone to experience. For the people that didn't know about Orange Cassidy, what he's about, you got to experience it firsthand. Him and Tommy Dreamer mid-match. I love all the legends in this match too. That was cool. But him and Tommy Dreamer doing the whole, and he got the whole. If you can get a crowd of 16,000 people to pop like that for Orange Cassidy, you know the guy's gonna be money. So and then he does the little super kick, and then Tommy Dreamer's like, what the hell?
Caliber said, those kicks are, he's feeling those kicks.
Yeah,
that
Tommy Dreamer's going to be in a wheelchair tomorrow.
I love the comedy to him.
Yeah.
He popped so hard.
There were some hardcore aspects to it. We had Tommy Dreamer bringing in the pail and giving everyone headshots. Headshots are cool, or a thing in this company, so I love that. Jimmy Havoc was nuts with his staple gun. He stapled a cigarette to Joey Janela's head. He stapled Tommy Dreamer in the face and then in the dick, and Jimmy Havoc was just himself throughout this whole match. If you guys didn't know about Jimmy Havoc and what he's about, you got a taste firsthand, or a little taste about what this guy brings to this company throughout this match. Because I watched a couple of highlight videos with him before, and I'm like, okay, if we're getting this in AEW, I'm kind of pumped, and we got a little bit of a taste of it in the Battle Royal. This is nothing. Compared to what this guy's done in the past, this is nothing. We're in for a treat with Jimmy Havoc. Other than that, the rest of the battle royal, my pick didn't come through. Nakazawa was one of the first entrants, and I'm like, oof, that's not really good.
With the oil,
yeah.
With Tees.
And my boy Sean Spears finally made his debut, and I was so pumped. He had interesting attire with his green eye contacts, which got me. I'm like, whoa. And his whole spot with MJF was perfect. He was over as hell, man. The 10 thing was over in AEW, and I hope they give him a contract, because they can do a lot with this guy and squeeze a lot of money out of him still. So he did have a press conference after, and he's not officially signed. We found out. He said he has a good relationship with everybody, with the Khan family and a lot of the people from the Elite. He's like, as of right now, I have nothing. There's nothing signed a dotted line, but if they come to me with a contract, he's willing to work with AEW. So hopefully they go to him with a contract soon. I really hope so. Other than that, the rest of the battle royal was cool. We had some other people. We had I think Private Party had, it was really they went a little bit unnoticed. I noticed it more rewatching it. They had a lot of cool looking spots. I'm really hyped for Private Party. They have I think they have a lot of promise in the tag team division once that gets going. So they had some good showings. Other than that, Ace.
Oh my God, I died.
Ace was the whole body check into the guy going over the top rope.
Marco. Yeah. Marco. I see Marco all the time. Me and Margaret love Marco. He's always in the ICW. He is beast in the ring. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I died when he just like flung him out.
That was hilarious. So yeah, a lot of cool spots in this. It came down to number 21 to find out who it was. Ends up being Hangman Page. I think this is an audible. I think they probably would have had an original winner before Hangman Page. I think this is an audible due to the fact of Pac canceling out, so they had to pull an audible, and they made Hangman win it, which is a good idea. And he ends up going over and winning the Battle Royal, which they almost pulled a Rusev spot with MJF and almost putting Hangman Page over the rope at the end. But then Hangman ends up eliminating MJF and winning the Battle Royal. So good for Hangman Page. He's going on and will face Jericho for the first ever World Heavyweight Championship match in the future. It looks like it's supposed to be Fyter Fest. So I think Hangman Page might be the first champion. So that's going to be cool. He deserves it.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy was another one.
And Luchasaurus. Yeah, there's a lot in this. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy also had good showings. And
when he threw Janelle out.
Yeah, and we got to see we finally got to see their tag team move that they did. I was looking forward to that. Luchasaurus is cool. it's just a lot went on in this match. It was really cool, guys. So you guys can watch it for free. It's on the YouTube channel right now. It's on TNT's YouTube channel. The whole pre-show is available for you guys to watch for free still on YouTube and wherever you can access it. And then we had the Sami G and Kip Sabian match, which I was trying to, at first it was slow. The beginning of the match was very slow, and then it built up a little bit more. I was very impressed by Kip Sabian. And I totally forgot he was a huge Harry Potter mark until they started naming some of the moves while they're commentating. I'm like, oh yeah, I was telling my buddy, I'm like, oh yeah, Brandon, he's a Harry Potter mark, by the way. Like, he names his moves all over Harry Potter, which is awesome to me. And that's how he won the match. He did the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and which is a sick looking move, and beat Sami G, which we both got that pick wrong. We thought Sami G would go over, but there was a cool looking spot in the outside those guys pulled off, which was sweet. The whole suplex out of the ring and then the suplex on the ground, which Cedric Alexander made a little bit of a shot at. He's like, I did this first on 205 Live. I know you guys copied me. Anyways, yeah, it was a decent match, but the pre-show was good. I thought it was a good pre-show. I thought the order would be a little bit different, but yeah, with the whole pay-per-view itself was good. I thought it was really, really good.
So you were right. Kip Sabian is now part of the list of husbands.
Oh, he's on the list of husbands? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a good looking guy.
Actually, James was saying the other day to me, I was talking to James about this, and James was like, I have a man crush on Kip Sabian. And I was like, oh, okay. Yes, new husband for me. And Red Hood said, did you notice Jungle Boy selling Orange Cassidy kicks in the corner?
Yeah, I saw that. I seen that. Yeah.
Gotta rewatch it again. It was just so damn good.
And the funny one was the beginning though. Like when the guy with no legs in MJF, he's like stomping on him in the corner, and then MJF was like, what are you gonna do now, Lieutenant Dan?
Dustin Thomas, right? Yeah.
So it was just a good pay-per-view. It was really, really good. I'm looking forward to it.
He eliminated Sean Spears. Like,
yeah.
It's like shock.
Wow. But I'm looking forward to future pay-per-views for AEW. And guys, we're going to keep doing reviews and predictions like this. This is what you guys are going to get out of us for the pay-per-views and the weekly show. So again, when we do have predictions and stuff, let us know your predictions. We like to share them on the show with your reactions and stuff. So
wait, since we didn't really, we said that we were going to talk about this, but like, what did you think of the stage? What did you think of like the AEW on the ref shirts?
So I mean, the whole production aspect of it, the stage was cool. I thought it was awesome.
It's very clean.
It's very clean. Very like they did nothing big and huge. It did what it needed to do. I love that there was pyro. It wasn't big WWE production pyro. It was good enough for what we got. I think we'll get bigger once they get into bigger arenas, but you know, MGM is not that big of an arena. The ring was cool. I like the square ring posts, a different style and different take on it. I love the logo in the middle of the ring. I know everyone's like, oh, it's WCW style. They're copying WCW, but I'm like, you know, I don't mind it. It doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's not like, oh, it determines something. No, it's cool. It's branding. So, I thought that it was a good setup. The ramp was cool. It was a different kind of take on a stage. It was cool. I liked everything about it.
And pyro, we got pyro.
Pyro's back. Yeah.
And then I like when the Young Bucks came out and then they shot out like the money.
Yeah, that was cool.
The Young Bucks in the middle. Somebody tweeted Matt and was like, "What is the currency of the Young Bucks money?"
Oh yeah, that was funny.
He laughed at that.
Yeah. Other than that, good pay-per-view. Very, very good. I'm excited. We're back to square one next week, me and Tiff, with our regular podcast, guys. So make sure you are following us on social media. It's right there on the screen for you guys. All Elite Pod, All Elite Podcast, and All Elite Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All links are located down in the YouTube description below. Make sure you're following myself at Real Kyle Masters. My co-host Loves to Dream 82. And yeah, next week, guys, we're back to square one. So make sure you are keeping an eye out on social media when we're going to be posting again. Other than that, I think that's going to wrap it up for the review. I got to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, guys, thank you so much for all your support to our podcast the last couple of weeks. We do very much appreciate everything you guys are doing for us. And we do appreciate you guys sharing. Also, if you guys don't know, if you guys know of the whole Discord thing, we have a Discord. It's for you guys to come in and chat whatever you want. There's a general chat. There's an AEW only chat. There's a bunch of other different categories in there. Really cool concept. Download the app. Link is down in the description for you guys below on YouTube to follow us on there. So make sure you are following Discord chat. It's really cool. Really cool place to hang out and talk wrestling with a bunch of wrestling fans. So, and just general stuff. You never know. There's a bunch of topics are going all over the place in the Discord. So That's a really cool thing to try. So go follow us on there and join the chat. Other than that, guys, I'm your host, as always, of the All Elite Podcast, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, joined by my co-host. She is the Executive Vice President of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, Tiffany. Definitely going to get you a shirt. This is the Heartbreak Chick. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, God.
Other than that, guys, that's going to be it. We will see you guys next week. Back to square one and back to being the All Elite Podcast, giving you guys your take or our take on All Elite Wrestling. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.